Hello there, I'm Eva Pilgrim. Thanks for streaming with us. Week 3 of testimony in the Sean Diddy Combs trial, starting with the music mogul's former assistant, Capricorn Clark, taking the stand.
Why would we need a 50-foot bed?
I mean, TD Jakes ain't small. I'm just saying. If it's a group thing, it's a group thing. You gotta think about, you got Rick Ross, you got Khaled, we talk about heavy hitters.
This Diddy trial is no longer just a celebrity case. It has turned into a full-blown media storm. What began with one woman, Cassie, bravely sharing her painful story has now grown into something much bigger than anyone expected. This isn't your usual Hollywood gossip. We're talking about courtroom drama, leaked recordings, and shocking names being mentioned. At first, the story focused on Cassie and the terrible things she said Diddy did. Strange parties and complete control over her life. But now, things have taken a serious turn. Sources say the trial has entered dangerous territory with audio recordings involved, not just simple phone calls. These are said to be intense, explicit tapes that mention Diddy, Will Smith, and even Meek Mill, and they're being played in open court. It all started a few days ago with that hotel video. No sound, just shaky footage. People thought that was the end of it. But then, behind closed doors, the court heard something far more serious. Real audio. No phones were allowed. No one could record. Just silence. One person said the recording was so graphic and disturbing that the entire room froze.
Testified she was held against her will twice, at one point alleging she was forced from her apartment and into a car to take Combs and one of his bodyguards to the home of rapper Kid Cudi to, quote, kill him. Cudi was dating his ex, Cassie Ventura, at the time. Clark also claimed Combs threatened to kill Ventura if she didn't convince Kid Cudi not to tell police that Combs was allegedly involved with a break-in at his house. Clark also telling the jury that a large man repeatedly administered lie detector tests to her on suspicion that she stole jewelry loaned to Combs. She testified that this man said if she flunked the test, they're going to throw you in the East River.
Right. After the audio was played, the court announced a new list of witnesses. These aren't random people looking for attention. They're people who used to be close to Diddy, former artists, staff members, and party guests. People who were actually there and saw things. Now some of them are finally ready to speak out under legal protection. One of them is Dawn Richards. You might remember her from Danity Kane, a girl group Diddy used to manage. She testified, and when she left the courtroom, she looked completely exhausted. Sources say she supported Cassie's claims. She said she once saw Diddy beat Cassie because dinner wasn't ready on time. The next day, he allegedly told Dawn and her bandmate not to say anything.
In 2009, did you observe an incident between Puff and Cassie? Yes, she was attacked by Sean and kicked. Did you see more violence by him against Cassie? Often. The government then shows Dawn Richard a picture of Diddy Dirty Money. When were you a member of this group? 2009 to 2011. The incident in 2009 when Sean Combs Cassie, where was it? In Sean Combs' LA home. We were recording. What did he do? He was saying, "Where the F is my food?" He grabbed a black skillet with eggs and tried to hit her over the head. Cassie dropped to the ground. What did she do? She was in a fetal position. Then what? Sean Combs was kicking her in the head and the body and then dragged her up to the first floor. Glass was breaking and yelling. I was scared for her and for me too. Did you intervene? No. Did you call the police? No. The next day, what happened? He said it had been passionate and she was okay, and that it would be better if we didn't talk, that people could end up missing. How did you understand that? Death. Diddy's team then yells objection. Then the judge calls a sidebar and ends her testimony for the day. But Dawn Richard will be back on Monday to give the rest of her full testimony against Diddy. But right before they brought Dawn Richard in, they actually had a Homeland Security agent testify against Diddy about when they came and arrested him to take him to jail. So let's go ahead and get into that. The government asked, when Sean Combs was arrested, where did you go? The Park Hyatt Hotel. room 2115, where he was staying. They show a picture to the jury of his hotel suite, and what did you do? We assigned a letter to each room and began to search. What was your role? I took photographs of items and then signed them on the 6051 form. What was found in the closet? They then show a picture to the jury, and it was plastic bags full of Johnson & Johnson baby oil and Astroglass.
Then came a quiet moment that said a lot. Diddy's daughters walked out of the courtroom, pale and silent. They didn't say a word or even look at the cameras. People say this happened right after the audio was played. Their reaction made everything feel even more serious. And then Will Smith's name came up, loud and clear. This wasn't just gossip. It was connected to the actual court audio. As soon as his name was mentioned, the internet went wild. People started rewatching old interviews, digging up awkward moments between Will and Diddy, and even bringing up jokes comedian Luenell once made. Hunting, they might have been more than just friends. Jaguar Wright later spoke out about it, too.
What you're saying reaches the ears of Will Smith, and he needs to get at least, if there's smoke, there's fire, let me grab a fan.
Number one, as far as Will Smith is concerned, until he does right by all of those children that were harmed and corrupted while in his care, children that grew up to be men, boys like Bashir Gray, August Alsina, your own son. Like, your own son. Do people forget about that voice clip that I played from Brother Belial?
Hey.
Has anybody seen Belial?
Come on.
I asked him, didn't I ask for him last?
Come on.
Where's Belial? Is he missing with Cuba? Have they all moved to Bali with Russell Simmons and Kevin Liles?
I would always say it is interesting when you speak on, Jaden Smith and you see the hug with Justin Bieber. Yeah. And then for Bashir, you see him all of a sudden fighting over Sydney Starr with Eddie Winslow. It does question what happens in the entertainment industry that makes someone go into just being very close with men on men contact. It's interesting, I'll say the least.
You want to know the thing that bothers me most about Bashir Gray? I actually think he's doing all of this so they'll take him back in the club. And they're not. They're gonna keep gaslighting you and playing with you, promising you one thing or another.
Nobody really noticed it the first time, but now it's everywhere. And just when it seemed like things couldn't get any messier, Will's former assistant, his own brother, Bill, came forward with shocking claims. He said he saw things, including an intimate moment between Will and another man, Dwayne Martin. He described walking in on them. Whether you believe him or not, the story blew up.
It was the woman that everybody wanted, and Will needed that validation to have that type of woman.
You saw her say that Will Smith had...
I am saying to you, if a woman is used to something the size of a baby leg and you come in with a pinky toe, there's nothing you can do to please her. You can buy her 80 cars, you can get her 80 private jets. If she's itching for that baby leg, she want that baby leg. You can beat a person so much that they fall into submission.
And who needs enemies when they got friends like you?
Oh, I could tell you what goes on the inside. Everybody else is just speculation.
Somebody told me I made my pictures in the book. You know, your pictures in the book and your name is in the book. So it's like you're doing some real elegant flip. I'm blowing you up. I love that. I'm blowing you up.
This is what Jada makes the new people do. And I ain't gonna say new. They probably been there after myself, right? They will make you check into a rehab. And they'll pay for the rehab. Even though you're not on drugs, they're gonna pay for the rehab. And you have to go if you want to work with them. And then I saw sexual acts that I walked in on.
Who'd you walk in on?
Him and Dwayne Martin.
Okay.
Hollywood is the hurry up and wait game. So 3 minutes later, after them telling me, hey, you got eyes on Will, we need him to come watch this. So I'm running all over the studio. He's not in his dressing room. I go to the cafeteria.
And if you think this is the end, think again. The deeper we go, the darker it gets. And the names aren't getting any smaller. What started with one woman's truth has now cracked open a world of secrets Hollywood's tried to bury for years. More witnesses are stepping up. More tapes could surface. And the fallout? It's just getting started. Don't blink. Don't. Scroll past. Hit follow. Stay locked in, because the next bombshell could drop any second.